Martin, right place, right time on the loose basketball. Rockets up by 17.
Let's bump it up to 20. This time, KJ Martin from the corner for 3.
Shot clock at 7. Right elbow. Bounce pass. Garuba. Baseline left. KJ for a three-pointer. And it's nothing but nylon.
Rockets would then get their largest lead of the game. Kind of a tough night for KPJ in that he was super aggressive. Felt like he was fouled a bunch of times tonight. Had the looks of what's going on here to the officials several times. He kept his composure throughout, but this is a shot he really wanted.
Rebound picked up by Scoot. 7-2 the Rocket run. Scoot wants 3 more. He'll knock it down. Timeout, Phoenix. Lead up to a game-high 23.
Big 3 from KPJ there, forcing the timeout. It gave the Rockets a 23-point lead, which was their largest of the game. In order to have a lead close to that, because the Suns got it all the way down to a 15 late in the period, KJ Martin to the cup.
KJ Martin gets by Paul down the lane. A finger roll is in for Kenyon Martin Jr. 84-67 and a 17-point lead. 45 seconds left to go in the quarter.
That's the lead they would take to the fourth quarter, 84-67. We just spoke with Tari Eason. He had a big hand in this. He mentioned the energy that he brought. It was also the defensive intensity. Made a bunch of Suns' possessions difficult ones and made his own offense count on the other end.
Rebound to Alperen Şengün, now to Tari. One-on-one down the heart of the lane. Layup and one for Tari. Took his chances, said, you know what, I can finish that. And he did so with a Phoenix foul.
3-point play would be converted. Rockets would go up big again. Garrison Matthews, a real rarity, went charging to the basket to corral a Rockets miss, and good things happen.
Here comes Porter across the timeline. Scoot, cross-court pass out to Eason. He'll launch a 3. Around the rim, no. The putback is there with a foul for Garrison Matthews. And for a man who does not shoot a whole lot of 2-point shots, this came at a perfect time.
Certainly did. He did convert the 3-point play. His 4th offensive rebound of the season. Rockets went back up 15. KPJ and Garrison Matthews with the finishing touches on this victory.
Garrison's got it right corner. Behind him, it left to Porter. Porter goes by Landale. Laying up for 2. Rockets back up by 19. 104-85 with 4:45 remaining. For Green, lob it out right side Garrison. Thought about the 3. Top to Şengün. Shot clock at 5. Garrison, a contested 3, nails it. 3 greater than 2 we saw in the last series. 109-91.
109-91 there. The final, 111-97. Rockets get the win, their 9th of the season. We will continue with the Memorial Hermann postgame show. We'll take a look around the rest of the NBA next. Now this word from your local stations.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savannah. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is Todd has AT&T 5G. It is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Fun and adventure at 3 great parks all year long. Downtown Aquarium, Kima Boardwalk, and Galveston Island Pleasure Pier offer thrill rides, games, food, and fun for everyone. Whether you're experiencing the thrills on our roller coasters, taking a journey through exhibits, dining at waterfront restaurants, or soaking up the sun at weekend festivals, there's something for everyone. So come have fun at the Downtown Aquarium, Kima Boardwalk, and Galveston Island Pleasure Pier. Adventure destinations the whole family will love. Buy weekend adventure passes and tickets online now.
What does it mean to be the energy behind Clutch City? At Reliant, it means powering the home of the Houston Rockets and the homes of Rockets fans across our hometown. Reliant is harnessing the energy on the court to power game day. Together, we make a powerful team. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of the Houston Rockets. To learn more, visit Reliant.com or call 1-866-RELIANT, PUCT number 10007.
When I'm looking to get in on some action, DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the Houston Rockets, is always giving me a shot to win big with their daily fantasy contest. Download the DraftKings app now and use promo code ROCKETS. This week, new customers can get a free shot at a share of millions in total prizes with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings with code ROCKETS. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Back with more of the Memorial Hermann post-game show. Before we take a look at the NBA action tonight, we'll deliver tonight's money matchups. They're brought to you by Credit Karma, proud partner of the Houston Rockets. The ultimate matchup for your money goals. We put the spotlight on the point guards tonight. At the end of the night, their numbers individually look remarkably similar. 5 of 17 for CP3. KPJ was 6 of 16. Each of them shot poorly from deep. 2 of 10 for CP3. 2 of 8 for KPJ. Both made 4 free throws. Paul had 6 boards. Porter had 5. 7 assists for CP3. Porter 4. Both had 4 turnovers. Both had 2 assists. And KPJ had 18 while Chris Paul had 16. Here's the big number that's difference. The Suns were minus 10 when Chris Paul was on the court. The Rockets were a team best plus 22 when KPJ was on the court. Now we will look at what else took place in the NBA tonight. A 20-point victory for the Sixers over the Kings tonight, 123-103 tonight. A 21-point, 15-assist game for James Harden. His 15 assists equaled 34 points tonight for the Sixers. So 34 on assists, 21 of his own, 55 points coming thanks to James Harden. They get the 20-point win over the Sacramento Kings. The Golden State Warriors go to Milwaukee and lose by 17 points, 128-111. Giannis with 30 in that ball game tonight. There's 5:21 to go in the third quarter in Utah, where they have a 15-point lead over the New Orleans Pelicans. 19 points and 7 boards right now for Zion Williamson. Game high 19 on the Utah side for Lauri Markkanen. The only other game tonight, they're through 1 in LA. Celtics and Lakers. The Lakers getting it handed to them early. They're down 13 after 1 quarter, despite Anthony Davis delivering 13 points in the first quarter. His teammates only added 11. That's twice. The Celtics with 54% shooting, and they've got a 13-point lead after 1 quarter of play. We'll be back with some more of the Memorial Hermann postgame show to wrap things up. When we continue, this is Houston Rockets basketball.
When it comes to your money goals, every win matters. And with an MVP like Credit Karma on your side, your hard work can really pay off. Whether you're looking to elevate your credit scores, upgrade your car or home, or find the right strategy to pay off debt, Credit Karma is on your team. Join over 120 million members and start leveling up your finances. Download the free app and create your own karma with Credit Karma, proud partner of the Houston Rockets. Loan services offered through Credit Karma Offers Inc. NMLS ID 1628077. Credit Karma Mortgage Inc. NMLS ID 1588622.
Saltgrass Steakhouse is the place for a great steak. Why? Because they only serve the best certified Angus beef. A Saltgrass steak is unmatched, unrivaled, and unbeatable when it comes to flavor. Each tender steak is seasoned with a perfect blend of 7 spices, grilled over an open flame, and topped with seasoned steak butter. Taste the certified Angus beef difference today at Saltgrass Steakhouse.
Memorial Hermann and the Houston Rockets are proud to bring Houston an exclusive, first-of-its-kind co-branded partnership. This is the first time a health system and a national sports organization have ever come together to advance orthopedics. From broken bones to joint replacement, the specialists at Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics bring you innovative capabilities for a broad range of medical needs. You can get the same level of unparalleled care as elite athletes. Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics. For more information, visit memorialhermann.org/ortho-rockets.
Hey, it's Jan from Toyota, reminding you that Toyotathon is on and here to help make your holidays extra magical. How? Maybe it's driving in a Tacoma in search of the perfect hill to sled down. Or surprising loved ones in a RAV4 hybrid.
You made it!
And seeing their faces light up when you pull up to their home.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end November 30th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
More of the Memorial Hermann post-game show as the Rockets get their 5th consecutive home victory, this time over the Phoenix Suns. Suns playing tonight without Devin Booker and then did not have DeAndre Ayton or Cam Payne after the halftime. Late in the first half, DeAndre Ayton went charging through the lane, ran over Kevin Porter Jr. on a play that was originally called a blocking foul on KPJ. He was down for a minute, was Ayton. They knocked knees, but he also twisted his left ankle because the call was reviewed and then reversed. DeAndre Ayton ended up checking out of the ball game there, went into their Phoenix Suns locker room just a bit before halftime and did not return with that left ankle injury. Cam Payne only 8.5 minutes in the first half, but he made 3 threes and had 9 points. So certainly both of those players were missed. Obviously, Devin Booker was as well. And with Mikal Bridges taking 24 shots and missing 20 times, the Rockets had their way with the Suns tonight, led by Jalen Green's 26, a double-double from Alperen Sengun with 10 and 16. And offensively, Jabari Smith coming off of his 1-of-9 game against the Bucks, where he played tremendous defensively. He played tremendous defense again tonight, but he made 4 of his 5 shots, made his first 4, and 3 of those were threes. He finished with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Each of the 5 Rocket starters had at least 2 turnovers, 7 more from Eason and Nix off the bench, and the team had 23. Keep wanting to say they've got to cut that down because it's obvious, and yet they keep winning more often than not when they do it. Now 5-2 in the 7 games they've had 20 or more turnovers. That'll do it for us tonight. But for those of you listening on our flagship station, Sports Talk 790, stay tuned. Rockets Rap, Ross Villarreal. He comes your way next. Appreciate everybody a part of tonight's broadcast, including our on-site engineer, David Obert, statistician, Peter Unger, and, of course, our great producer here on the network, Josh C. For my broadcast partner, he's the voice of Houston Rockets basketball. That's Matt Thomas. I'm Adam Wexler. Final score tonight, 111-97. Back at it again as this long homestand continues 2 nights from now, Thursday night. The Rockets once again will have another 7 o'clock tip time. They will welcome in their next opponent as they try to make it a 6-game home winning streak. That opponent, the Miami Heat. 7 o'clock tip. We'll join you along the network at 6:30. Good night, everybody.
Houston Rockets basketball.
Rockets Radio.
Houston Rockets basketball has been presented by Toyota. Let's go places. And by AT&T 5G, the fast, reliable, and secure 5G network.
Rockets Radio.
With a dunk to finish it all.
Be here all season long as your Rockets take on the best in the NBA on the Houston Rockets Radio Network.
Houston, the Eagle has landed.
2022 National Basketball Association, all rights reserved. Houston, this is Network Control. Signing off. We now return to your regularly scheduled programming.
In 60 seconds, your first chance to talk about your Rockets game on 790 Rockets Rap. Call 713-212-5790. Talk Houston Rockets basketball on the home of your Rockets. Sports Talk 790.
At ASCO Equipment, we work hard, get the job done, and get the job done right. We partner with Doosan Forklifts because they get the job done too. With Doosan's best-in-class standard warranty and patented oil-cooled disc brakes, you're sure to boost your operation's productivity and profitability. When you buy or rent Doosan from us, we'll service and support it like we support you because we're on it. At ASCO, we're on it, whatever it is.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Throw your H's up if you down, win or lose. Take it out like a rocket.
The Houston Rockets.
Rockets basketball. This is the Sports Talk 790 Rockets Rap. And the finish was spectacular.
Presented by Kelsey Siebold, changing the way health cares. Also by Fred Haas Toyota World. Red Nation, talk about the game now. Rockets basketball on your exclusive home for Houston Rockets basketball. Sports Talk 790.
Rebound picked up by Şengün. He wants to go the length of the floor. He'll alley-oop it instead to Jalen Green for the two-hand throwdown. Smart move that time by Alpi. Give up the contested look and find the man up in the air.
What a nice couple of wins for your Houston Rockets. Championship? NBA champions? Unstoppable? Can't lose? Okay, maybe not. Hey, that's all right. They've won 4 of their last 6, and 2 of those coming up against multiple of those coming against the Suns, and another one coming up against a very good Bucks team. Yes, they didn't have, or at least the Suns didn't have Devin Booker tonight and didn't have Chris Paul in their first one, but that's okay. Those guys aren't worth 15 points a game, and the Rockets are. Excuse me, I'm getting all choked up and happy about these wins. The Rockets didn't lose this one. Didn't win this one. They won it by 14. So, yeah, Devin Booker was out. Doesn't matter. Rockets get the win. Hi, hello, and welcome in to the Rockets Wrap program here on Sports Talk 790. My name is Ross Villarreal. The way this show works is the Rockets play a game, and lately, just between you and me, it's been a lot of fun watching, and it's been a lot of more winning. And then we talk about it where the phone lines are open for you at 713-212-5790, 713-212-5790. You can also send tweets to @SportsRV. So where do we begin with this one? Let's just talk about overall the way that the Rockets have been playing rather than focusing on any player or sort of element of this specifically. First of all, this was the first Rockets win that was wire to wire that they've had all season long of their 9. And if you're not familiar with what wire means, that means they never trailed. They won this game from start to finish. And I'm going to tell you, just sitting around watching the team, you have this air of comfortability and belief and confidence in this team that I don't think I even had maybe 2 weeks ago. You can just feel the maturity that the team has, that they're growing and getting better, knowing where to be, knowing where each other is going to be, playing hard, playing with energy, going after loose balls, going after rebounds and offensive rebounds as well. And just being a team that just has that dog in them, which is becoming too much of a cliche, but it's true for this Rockets team. There was that moment in the second half where the Suns had gotten within 9 and I guess it was probably 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter or whatever it was. They got it within 9 and Coach Silas took a timeout and he had that signature Coach Silas look of disgust on his face. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was like, they're not losing this game. They're going to be all right. Coach is going to call a timeout. They're going to set them straight and they're going to be fine. And there was some guy who was who shall not be named who was tweeting me saying, "Oh, the lead's slipping away." And I wanted to say something, but I was gonna let that one fly by and be like, "No, they're not losing this game." I just didn't feel that way. I just didn't. It's just a certain something that I can't put my finger on. That it just felt like the Rockets were in control. And I'm going to tell you, that's a feeling that has been missing from watching the Houston Rockets for a long time. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go out there and, win 50 games this year or anything like that, but you can see the work. You can see the confidence growing with them and the belief and all that type of stuff. And I just didn't think they were going to lose this game. They got up on the Suns. They got up huge. They're beating them by as much as 21 there in the second quarter. And then they were leading by 19 at half. And I would say normally, like I said, maybe even 2 weeks ago, I would have said this, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I just, this is a different Rockets team. I just feel much better about them. I'm much more calm. I'm much more confident. And they're a team who can play with anybody in the NBA. That doesn't mean they're going to beat everybody. And like I said, it doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs and win 50 games. But the talent is growing, and they are getting better and better basically as every single game goes along. And it's been really fun to watch. And this is what I've been saying for basically the last 2 years. You're not necessarily watching the Houston Rockets right now to see them win every night. You're watching to see growth. You're watching to see improvement. And, oh, by the way, you're watching to see a bunch of high-flying dunks and Jalen Green scoring in any myriad of different ways in the paint and in the mid-range and from three with step backs and floaters in the lane and right-hand finishes. Guess what? He's getting to the free throw line, and that's what's important. 6 of 10 makes inside of 2, and also 11 of 12 makes at the charity stripe. He is starting to get up there in the attempts where it's not at all a shock to see him going to the line. That's not for me to say. I don't know if he's the one, but he's starting to turn into a pretty darn good, reliable player. And it's coming into focus where you can see and has got that dog in him on defense and can chase after loose balls, chase after rebounds, and show length and poke out loose balls and get block shots. And then on the other end, be a huge threat when it comes to a shooter. So it was just it's another fun one. And another good one against a good team in the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, they didn't have Devin Booker, but the Rockets won by 14. And any one player is not worth 14 points in a point spread. Just ask any Las Vegas handicapper. So, yes, they didn't have Booker, but they still have some really good players. That Chris Paul guy, I don't know if you heard of him. He's pretty good. DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, one of the best perimeter defenders. I mean, they've got some pieces still. Bismack Biyombo was in there getting blocks like crazy. Cameron Payne's a great shooter. This is a good Suns team that the Rockets still beat tonight. And the thing, like I said, is it's looking like where sometimes, like early on in the second game of the season when they lost to the Bucks and got crushed, it's like they don't belong on the floor with these guys. I didn't feel that way on Sunday. The Phoenix Suns have aspirations of winning a Western Conference crown. You feel like the last 2 times they played, the Rockets don't belong on the floor with them? I don't. I think they look pretty good. And it's just really, really fun to see as they continue to grow and get better. And now winners of 4 of their last 6 games and 9-18 on the season. Where were they at? Were they like 3-10? Did they get to 3-13 or something like that? What was the low watermark for their record? I'd have to look it up, but they were like 3-13 or something like that. And like every Rockets pregame show, like on the launch pad, I say, hey, it's your whatever and whatever Houston Rockets. And I was like, 3-10, 3-13 Rockets. Am I reading this right? Yes, that is their record. 9-18, nothing to write home about, but it sounds a lot better. Sounds like they're winning a few more games. And sure, maybe they're costing themselves ping pong balls, but that's what I've been saying all season long. It's a win-win. You win tonight, feels good. You lose, hey, it's going to be frustrating, but at least you're closer to more ping pong balls in the lottery. And maybe if they mess around and get crazy and continue to win games and play better, you could talk about a team maybe challenging for a play-in spot in the Western Conference. I'm not putting them there just yet. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I want to say, okay, 3-14. Thank you, Josh. Woo! 3-14. It was like, am I reading this right? 3? They played 17 games and they've won 3. This is not fun. But also remember the beginning of the stretch as well. The schedule was working against them. They had the fewest games played at home in the entire NBA. They had that one absurd stretch where they played like 4 games in 4 cities, came home for 1 game, and then went and played 4 games in 4 other cities or something. It was like, oh no, 2 of them were in Denver. So it was 8 games in 9 cities in like 15 or 18 days or whatever it was. It was just a ridiculous schedule. And you're young guys. They're 19, 20, 21 years old, so they can bounce back and recover better than other teams can. But still, I mean, all the travel that they had done so far on the at the beginning of the longest homestand of the season, 7 games, they're 2-0 against the Bucks and Suns. And I remember being like, oh, great. They got some home games coming up, 7 in a row. Oh, they start off with the Bucks and Suns. Cool. Well, those are 2 losses. Nope. Not so fast, my friend. 2 victories for you Houston Rockets. They're getting really fun to watch. What's your favorite part right now? My favorite part is probably Jalen Green, watching him grow and blossom into a secondary ball handler. Jabari Smith Jr., what he's being able to do defensively is really fun as well. And that's the way that they've been winning the last couple of games. 32% shooting for an entire NBA game, the Phoenix Suns. I think it was 33.7% or whatever it was that the Bucks had on Sunday. I mean, you shoot under 40%, you're having a bad night in the NBA. You shoot under 35% and you force that back-to-back games against the Bucks and the Suns. Sure, some of it is making miss league and they were missing some easy looks, but a lot of it was good defense and good competing and good rotations and good awareness by the Rockets, who are improving. A couple of games ago, they were 28th in the NBA in defensive rating. I don't know what they'll be after today. Find the final calculations, but they're climbing the ranks, and it feels good, and it is fun to watch. You want to talk about it? Houston Rockets basketball? Let's go. 713-212-5790. 713-212-5790. We're going to take a top of the hour break here on the Rockets Wrap. When we take a break, we'll hear from Rockets head coach Stephen Silas and more as we go along. Rockets win 111-97. We're here to talk about it here on the Rockets Wrap on Sports Talk 790.
KBME Houston, an iHeart radio station. This is Sports Talk 790, your home for Houston Rockets basketball.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
We should do what my brother did. He went to 57cash.com and got $3,000.
With our bad credit?
57cash.com is different. They're one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope. My brother said it was fast and easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan of up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account as soon as the next day. Our lenders have millions of dollars to lend regardless of your credit history.
Great news. I went to 57cash.com and we'll have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to 57cash.com. That's 57cash.com. 57cash.com.
This holiday ad will be over in 27 seconds. Unlike the new Duracell battery with Power Boost ingredients that can last 19,976 seconds in your kid's RC motorcycle, or 6,801 seconds on your beard trimmer for this year's family photo, or 15,172 seconds on your electric frother for some holiday eggnog, and many more seconds to get more out of your holiday season. Duracell, unlike this ad, engineered for more.
Hey, did you get that proposal done?
They can wait till tomorrow.
Some things can wait.
Should we book those flights to see your folks?
We can do it later.
But untreated COVID isn't one of them. If you're 50 or older or have a chronic condition, COVID can be deadly. Got COVID symptoms? Talk to a doctor and get treatment right away, because it just can't wait. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, I'm Eric Dick, and I'm a home insurance attorney. If you've had damage to your home, call me right now at 833-7-RIGHTS. That's 833-7-RIGHTS. Home insurance companies are in the business of making money, not paying out claims. That's why you get a home insurance attorney like me. That's why you call me at 833-7-RIGHTS, and you get your free consultation. I will hound them and pound them to get the money you deserve. Call me today. Don't delay. Call me right away at 833-7-RIGHTS. If you have damage to your home, call me right now at 833-7-RIGHTS. I'm attorney Eric Dick, and my principal office is here in Houston, Texas. If you have a home insurance claim, you have the right to hire an attorney. You have the right to call me right now at 833-7-RIGHTS. That's 833-7-RIGHTS. Call me right now at 833-7-RIGHTS.
This holiday ad will be over in 27 seconds. Unlike the new Duracell battery with Power Boost ingredients that can last 19,976 seconds in your kid's RC motorcycle, or 6,801 seconds on your beard trimmer for this year's family photo, or 15,172 seconds on your electric frother for some holiday eggnog, and many more seconds to get more out of your holiday season. Duracell, unlike this ad, engineered for more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Southern Front Doors in Houston, family owned and operated, can help you choose and then install your new front door, side door, back door, solid wood doors, forged iron doors. So many options of different styles of doors, different functions of doors, different budgets for your door. SouthernFront.com, 281-890-5860. 281-890-5860.
Red Nation Rockets Wrap continues on your exclusive home for Houston Rockets basketball. Sports Talk 790.
Martin on the baseline left, throws it inside. Gathering it is Fernando, throws up a shot, misses it, gets his own rebound. On the trail of Jabari, straightaway three, up and in. Jabari with a triple as the lead grows to 17.
Speaking of unconscious feelings and, you know, when you're rooting for a team, and like how I said, I just had this feeling when they got it within 9, the Rockets weren't going to lose the game because they'd just been playing better. They were going to be able to right the ship. They weren't going to collapse, anything like that. There's also this unspoken feeling you have, right? When you're watching your basketball team and a certain player hoists up a 3 and you're like, all right, this bad boy's going in, or at least you're optimistic. Or you look at how they're shooting, you're like, all right, that looks pure. Let's go. That one's going in. Like, for example, when Corey Brewer was a Houston Rocket and anytime he threw up a 3-pointer, you'd be like, all right, well, they're heading to the other end. Okay, no, you know, when somebody throws up a 3-pointer and you're either at the game or on your couch and you put your hands up like it's about to go in, you don't waste your time doing that on a Corey Brewer 3. Early on in the season, you didn't waste your time doing that on a Jabari Smith Jr. 3. He just wasn't going in. He was shooting 29%. I was like, the guy can't make anything. I'm going to be honest. Jabari Smith Jr. is in the putting the hands up club now. You're like, all right, especially if he's open. If he's, you're like, oh, this is going in because he's just shooting so much better from 3 now. And it feels good, man. 3 of 3 from 3 tonight was Jabari Smith Jr., 14 points, 8 rebounds for the Rockets. Also had a block shot and was absolutely a menace on defense, as he so far has been the last several games for the Rockets, as they got the 111-97 victory over the Phoenix Suns. And we're talking about it on the Rockets Wrap here on Sports Talk 790 with me, Ross Villarreal, where the phone lines are open for you at 713-212-5790, 713-212-5790. Couple of y'all on hold. I appreciate you for getting in. Let's start with Chris in Sharpstown holding longest. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Ross. How are you doing?
I'm doing, I got a little bit of a cough, but I'm all right. What's up?
Yeah. Like, you know, it's been awesome seeing the hometown win and all that, but I'm getting a little nervous, to be honest. Like, I think we need to, you know, stay in that top 3, you know, and make sure we have as many ping pongs as possible for Victor. Like, this guy's a transcendent talent. And if the Rockets could, you know, somehow, you know, luckily add him to this roster, like, this could be a dynasty. So it's making me a little nervous that they're winning so much. Is that bad as a hometown fan that I kind of want them to win? But this guy is special.
Yeah, absolutely. Victor Wembanyama looks like a freak built out of a lab. He's 7'2", great touch around the basket, great shooter, extreme length, very mature for his age. He looks amazing. People are calling him the best NBA prospect since LeBron James. So, I mean, I think it was even somebody, well, I don't agree with Richard Jefferson. I think it was him who said, if LeBron and Wembanyama are in the same draft, Wembanyama is going 1. I'm like, all right, well, maybe because he's 7'2", I guess. But Chris, it's just first thing that's important to note is we don't control what happens on the floor, and we don't control what happens with the ping pong balls. So that my advice to you is to sit back and watch the show. Tonight was fun. Tonight was great to watch Jalen Green and to beat the Phoenix Suns. And I get it makes you like, oh man, I don't want. But even if they get what's the number one chance to get the highest level? What's it like 14?
13, 14%.
Yeah. So you're saying you're giving yourself the absolute best shot, and there's an 85% chance you're not getting it, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, they should have gotten the first pick the last two drafts and didn't end up with them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. 14%. So the bottom three get 14. Fourth, which at least coming into tonight, they were fourth in win percentage. They'd get 12.5%. Fifth is 10%. Sixth is 9%. So, I mean, as long as you're really basically in the bottom 7.5%, I mean, you at least got a decent chance. So to me, I just enjoy the games.
Just enjoy it,
and whatever they fall, Chris. But I understand. I want Victor Wembanyama on this Rockets team too, because like you said that dynasty word. Yeah, if Jabari Smith Jr. turns out to be the truth, Jalen Green is already starting to look like the truth, and then you get Wembanyama, that's going to be a nasty big three for like the next 15 years, you would hope.
Right. Yeah, and that's the dream. So that I would just love to add him to the team. So and just make the odds as high as possible of adding him to this team. So that's just my issue. Like I'm definitely enjoying the wins, but I would love to add him to this roster.
Right, but I'm going to ask you this, Chris. Are you? I'm going to give you my answer first. I'm way happier now at 9-18 than I was at 3-14. Okay, Chris hung up. I'm sorry, man. I was keeping the conversation going, but just ask yourself this: are you happier now at 9-18 than you were at 3-14? I am infinitely happier watching these games. So at the end of the day, you don't know what I mean. The number one overall pick that's all you're worried. Now, of course, number two is Scoot Henderson. You would want a number two pick as well. Fan, I've always loved the Rockets. When it was like the Steve franchise and Cuttino Mobley and like Walt Williams and Maurice Taylor and Antoine Big Dog Carr randomly on the Rockets, I was watching every single game on like channel 51 and 20 Vision. I was glued to the TV because it's now. Why the hell was I watching the Rockets lose 50 plus games a year with Antoine Big Dog Carr fouling 6 people in 3 minutes? I don't know. But that's just what I did. I was a big Rockets fan, and I love the Rockets. But unfortunately, Houston as a sports town in general, if you're not hot, people don't really want to talk about it. And they had the absolute worst record in the NBA last year. The year before that, they were last year they had the absolute worst record in the NBA. The year before that, I also think they had the absolute worst record in the NBA. This year, they are in last place in the Western Conference. So you're talking about 3 years running of last place basketball. I agree with you. I think they're fun. They are, I mean, you can almost just about start calling them Dunk City. Everybody on this team, well, except for Eric Gordon pretty much, is a lob threat. I mean, Jabari Smith Jr. throwing down dunks. Jalen Green finding Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter finding Jalen Green. This Kenyon Martin Jr. finding Tari Eason. Like anybody can throw down don't get me started on Kenyon Martin Jr. and the dunks he can throw down. They're fun. Jalen Green is skilled. Alperen Sengun is one of the most entertaining players in basketball with all those little post moves he can throw. And so, yeah, I think they're fun. They can be frustrating. They can turn the ball over too much. They can make a lot of boneheaded young player plays. But yeah, they're fun to watch. They're entertaining to me. But is there going to be a lot of buzz around town when you're 3 years running being a last place team? It's not really, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm a huge Rockets fan. I would love, and even, of course, the Matt Thomas show host, his name is Matt Thomas, is a huge Rockets fan. But we know when we do the show 12-3 that if we go full bore Rockets, we're doing our audience a disservice because unfortunately at this point we're kind of in the minority right now because they're in a rebuild mode. They're in full on rebuild. The Texans are, well, a hot mess. At least they're a complete train wreck and they're entertaining in that way. And at least their last game against the Cowboys, we'll give them credit. That was fun. And they almost won the game. And they're every Monday and mostly into Tuesday and sometimes into Wednesday, you're breaking down one football game that the Texans played. Nowadays, well, at least on this station, some stations, well, they're like 1-11-1, and they're still going like 15 hours a day, full coverage, but that's another story for another day. But you just can't stay engaged. You can't, there's not that level of care. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're going all in on the Texans. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're going all in on the Rockets right now, because they're not that fun. Now, they keep winning some games. They're going to get more mention. They're going to get more buzz. People are going to start paying attention. I think the city of Houston absolutely should wake up and start going to these games and getting more engaged into watching. But I understand that's not ingrained in everybody. And as a sports town, Houston just isn't as passionate as a New York or a Philadelphia or where Chicago, whatever, one of these other big major metropolises, even Dallas. Honestly, 5-7-90. We're going to take a break here on the Rockets Wrap. When we come back, we'll hear from Rockets head coach Stephen Silas. We've also got some other audio for some other players. And if you want to get in, phone lines are open for you as we talk about the Rockets beating the Bucks and following it up by beating the Suns again. Let's go. 111-97. Rockets win. We'll talk about it more after this short break.
One Trick Pony is a person or company with only one area of expertise. Many financial advisors are One Trick Ponies. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, helping you navigate the complex world of financial advisors. Many financial advisors only use stock market-based investments. That might be great when the market's going up, but what happens when it's not? As you approach retirement, you need more than a cheerleader telling you to stay the course. You need options. Retirement, it can be tricky, and it's especially tricky in a volatile market. If you're within 10 years of retirement, it's essential to get it right. One Trick Ponies are missing one thing: options. If you've lost more money in the market than what you'd consider reasonable, you may be working with a one-trick pony. So trot yourself over to Trajan Wealth and learn all of your options. With 2 convenient locations across the greater Houston area. Call 346-371-3330. 346-371-3330.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC and SEC registered investment advisor.
For over 60 years, Specs has been the go-to for good times in Texas. Specs turns the ordinary into the extraordinary with a Texas-sized selection of all your favorite wines, spirits, beers, and gourmet foods. And with so much to choose from, you can guarantee there's fun for everyone. Because at Specs, the fun starts here.
Shop Specs, low priced amazing. Here's to you, cheers to savings.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Red Nation Rockets Wrap continues on your exclusive home for Houston Rockets basketball. Sports Talk 790.
Bridges right down the lane, goes up, and it's a Bruno swat. Into the hands of Jalen Green. One man to beat it, Shamet. Layup attempt. There should be a goaltend, and they're going to count the basket on the goaltend as well.
And one. Hey, welcome back to the Rockets Wrap here on Sports Talk 790. Ross Villarreal with you. Rockets win. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. 111-97, 9-18 now on the season. Phoenix Suns at 16-12. And yeah, they've been doing some winning. They still have one of the worst records in the entire NBA. So don't worry about losing out on Victor Wembanyama. They were probably going to do that anyways. Even if they finish dead last in the NBA and don't win another game, you only got a 14% shot. So that's going to be all right. Well, actually, I guess you could end up with how are the Nets doing? They're still doing, well, actually, they're playing a lot better. Crap. Well, never mind. Forget that pipe dream for trying to get the Nets swap or anything like that. I think, is this a swap year or they have the pick? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. The point is the Rockets are winning games. They've won a couple in a row. Okay, it is a swap year. And then also it's been fun to watch. So need not worry. They've won 3 of their last 4 of their last 6 against, how about this? Their 4 wins against the Suns, the 76ers, the Bucks, and the Suns. those losses to the Warriors, man, and the 11-game losing streaking Spurs with 3 starters out. Ugh. You could add that one back, and if that disastrous third quarter didn't happen, you'd be talking about a team on a 4-game winning streak. But you're not. It happened the way it did, but you still won tonight, and it just felt comfortable. You just felt confident about it, and it was really, really, just satisfying, I think, to beat the Suns yet again with really good play from Jalen Green and in mostly really good team defense. 32% from the field were the Phoenix Suns as the Rockets got the win tonight at Toyota Center. 713-212-5790, the phone number. As I've said, Chuck in Humble is holding the longest. What's up, Chuck?
Yeah. You made a statement about the fact that Houston sports fans weren't as passionate as the fans in Dallas. And at the moment, Dallas is putting a better product on the court and on the field, right? But going back previously, when Houston had better teams and were competing for playoff positions and championships, I feel like we were pretty damn passionate myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that the Houston is completely lacking for passion. And thanks, Chuck, and appreciate you getting in. Yeah, I mean, when the Oilers were doing their Love You Blue thing, and then when they were doing it in the early 90s and stuff like that, it was great. And the Rockets were winning championships, and the Astros were doing their thing in the late 90s and winning games and stuff like that and filling up the dome. But I mean, if you go through historically, I think the biggest way to tell is go through television ratings, go through seats sold, go through Jerry World with 100,000 fans packing it in every single year, even in years where they're not really that good of a team. You don't have an unsold seat. The Rangers, well, I mean, when they were winning the World Series, I would say it's more of a bandwagon deal with the Rangers and maybe to the Mavericks to a lesser extent as well. But look at, honestly, the sports radio ratings. Combined in this city, what you get in sports radio, they double it in Dallas. That means there's more people listening every day and engaged in sports. Well, maybe if you want to take personal shots, you can say that's because we're not good enough, but I don't think that to be the case. I don't think we're less talented as a sports radio town than Dallas is. I think they have more engaged listeners. I think the TV football ratings are even things that are your city related, right? Houston ranks one of the worst cities in the entire country in terms of watching the Super Bowl. They rank as one of the worst cities in the entire country with the NBA Finals. They rate as one of the worst cities in the entire country when the Astros aren't in it in the World Series. Just look at the TV ratings, and that will tell you. It's just, if Houston isn't involved, we got other things to do, and that's okay. I'd rather live in Houston and have other things to do to live in Philly and go all in on the Philadelphia Phillies or the Eagles or something like that. So I'm not even.
A better coach, I think he would have more wins on his record. But, since he was put with the Rockets and a rebuilding team that nobody expected it to happen that quick, it just kind of all turned out for the worst. But hey, it's life. But man, the Rockets look great tonight. I mean, Jabari is starting to flourish, and then Jalen's looking like a stud already. But I mean, I'm happy, and I'm happy for Steven. So that's all I had to say. So thanks for the call.
Thanks a lot, Luke. Appreciate it. And yeah, it's fun, man. That's what you're looking for when you're watching the Rockets night in and night out. You're looking for improvement. But Stephen Silas has been around this game a lot longer than I have, as have all of the Rockets brass. Just my opinion. All right, well, that's going to do it for the Rockets Wrap program here on Sports Talk 790. My name is Ross Villarreal. Thank you so much for listening and calling. You guys showing out in force. I appreciate that, man. I've been doing these for years. And I'm going to tell you, there's been some lean nights to the last couple of years, but tonight was awesome. And I really, really appreciate y'all getting in and talking some Rockets ball because I love to do that. Thanks to Josh C. for producing, doing a fantastic job as he always does. Once again, Rockets win 111-97 over the Phoenix Suns, improved to 9-18 on the season. The Rockets are on a 7-game homestand. They will next be in action on against the Heat. That'll be on Thursday night, I believe, at home. So another tough test for them. All right, that is going to do it. Like I said, my name is Ross Villarreal. Appreciate all of you. I will talk to you tomorrow at noon as part of the Matt Thomas Show. Until then, have a pleasant and safe rest of your Tuesday evening.
We now return to regular programming on Sports Talk 790.
And that's kind of where we thought they were going to be at.
Turned it on.
Yeah,
they did this